Good morning. Good morning.
Doctor? Doctor.
That was a joke from
You gotta say
2
it.
weeks ago.
You're supposed to say it.
Doctor.
Yeah, see, I say doctor, and then you say doctor. Yeah. You'll get it one day.
You already showed me pieces of the movie.
No.
Good morning, Chris.
What's up?
Thank you, everybody, for joining.
All right, so let's jump into this thing. Is your family, or are your family, is it is or are? I don't understand. Is it is or are?
You can start it any way. You can start the question any way.
Okay.
No. If it's singular, it's is. If it's plural, it's are. So we're right.
So
friends and family. So are.
Are your family? Are your family? That sounds weird. But is
Are your friends and
but is like present now.
Is your friends and family? No, see, that just sounds off. Is your friends and family?
Okay.
Are your friends and family?
Are your friends and family? Anyway.
Secretly sabotage.
Okay, we're wasting people's time.
Hey, Venice.
So the question is, are they sabotaged? So what would be an example of? Well, let's talk about it.
Okay, well, the thing is, are they secretly sabotaging? Because what I think, and yeah, this is sad.
Obviously,
Human
they're not going to purposely try to like hurt you.
They're not going to stick sugar all over your healthy food. But I think it's very, very easy to fall into this trap, and your friends and family, they may not realize what they're doing. I think we'll get into that. But yeah, if your friends and family are not on board with your exercise efforts, with your sacrifices to be leading a healthier lifestyle, I can pretty much guarantee, I'm going to say 99% of the time, they are secretly sabotaging your hard work, your body results, and what you're trying to
let's talk about some of those things, some of some of that secret espionage,
secret warfare,
secret espionage that they're doing. So a lot of it will be comments, like things that they say, right? Like you're gonna go to the gym again.
Are we just gonna list them right now?
I guess.
I've got a bunch of examples.
So you're gonna go to the gym again. You work out too much. What else?
Well, I know for the ladies,
you eat too healthy.
Yeah, somebody told me you eat too healthy. What happened to that poor family is something down the road. I don't wish on anybody. But there's no such thing. There is no such thing as too healthy.
So just as that what Brianna said, I don't know these. I don't know who this was, but she told me one day that someone had told her while she was kind of like warming up or eating, she was eating or something like that, and someone had told her, "Oh, girl, you eat too healthy." Meanwhile, this person was downing hot dogs with ranch.
That was a separate person.
Oh,
well, more than one person.
Anyway, she was downing hot dogs, and she had the family-sized bag of Ruffles potato chips with ranch, and she's downing this stuff, and she's telling her that she eats too healthy. And so
I think people ate that for lunch during the week.
So you eat too healthy. Or what about like, oh, you deserve this?
That's a big one.
You do work out a lot. You work really hard.
You've been exercising.
You deserve this.
You deserve this margarita.
This cheesecake or this margarita.
Which we all deserve a margarita every now and then.
You
but
that?
Not every single week, not every single day, not 3 times a week. If you're trying to lose weight and stay healthy and be healthy and keep the weight down, if you don't care about that stuff, whatever. But you're here, so you do care. You do care about being healthy. You do care about being the strongest, best version of yourself. For not only you, but your family and the kiddos that you take care of.
Shai says, her family says, just be fat and happy. Why do you make yourself miserable? Common thing she hears. So, yeah, like...
Oh, she also hears, are you a rabbit? Because of the vegetables I eat at work every day. This is spot on, a real problem people face. Yes, and let me just tell you, they might have thought I was too healthy because I like broccoli. I know everybody knocks broccoli. I like it, especially the frozen broccoli. I grab that, stick it in my lunchbox, and stick it in the fridge so the next day it's already defrosted. All I have to do is heat it up in the microwave. But yes, there are other vegetables, but I take that shortcut a lot. But,
Shai, you're a freaking beast, man. Shai is a freaking...
I was going to ask her, are you miserable?
So here's the thing. So like, here's one thing you guys need to understand. Here's one important thing. When it comes to family, unfortunately, They don't do it spiteful.
Right.
But your family, trust me on this.
That's a sabotage. Sabotage.
When it comes to certain things, your family will be one of the last people to support you in certain things.
You would think they would be the first.
You would think they would be the first ones, right? Because they love you and like that kind of thing. But I'm telling you what, they will be the last people. And the people that are close to you, they'll be the last people to support you on whatever endeavor it is. Now, they'll say, oh, good job. Like, I mean, obviously, they're not trying to like purposely hurt you. But like, let's just say like, let's say you, I don't know, you become a professional in some area of expertise.
Okay.
Your parents are going to take you serious or think that you're like really that good. It's like, oh, that's just 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗀. That's just so-and-so.
That happened to Jesus.
But it's like, yeah, but this guy's a really big deal. You don't understand how many people, like how many people he's helping, right? So that's like the story of Christ, right? So it's like, you're not even.
We know you. Where you from?
What do you say? A prophet's not even welcome in his own home, right? Mm-hmm. Or something to that extent, right? Mm-hmm. So like,
be the health prophet.
So when it comes to like your health and that and eating better and making changes and that kind of thing, your family's going to be one of the last people to support you on it. Sadly.
Why?
And it's not spiteful. I don't know. I think when people make these comments of like, oh, you eat too healthy, or you deserve this margarita, or
you can take
a day of rest. You've been working out.
Lost weight enough.
When they say these things are actually a reflection of their own insecurities.
And I think that's really true, because like, when you start
out,
they're all going to be like, yeah, you go.
They're insecure about their own weight.
Want to join me? No.
They're insecure about all this other
stuff. That's good for you. And I think you're right, because after you reach a certain point and they're like, dang, so-and-so hasn't fallen off the health wagon. Yeah. So-and-so, you are still eating your rabbit food because you're not chowing down on pizza and family-sized potato chips with ranch at lunch. Mm-hmm. You know, Shai commented again. She said no, that she is not miserable.
Yeah.
She's not miserable. I can tell you why, because she's, like you said, she's a freaking beast. She's strong. She's thin. She looks amazing in her clothes. She can chase her little boy around, and she's not fatiguing, and she's not worried about having a heart attack within the next few years. Because, you know, as time goes on, we're no longer spring chickens. So we have to be cognizant of our health. Speaking
of being able to do things with your kids, I taught my daughter how to ride a bike in 30 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, she's good.
Taught her how to ride a bike in 30 minutes.
And you wore chanclas. I said, don't wear sandals.
And I wore chanclas. I don't like wearing shoes.
I don't either. But
here's the thing. I had to sprint every freaking time she took off. It was a full-on sprint for a good 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, for like 40 yards at a time. Sprinting, near full-on. I don't run. I'm not a cardio guy.
I jogged and took video footage.
So like...
took a break when I needed.
If I didn't train as much and I didn't focus on strength as my main component of exercise...
If you weren't so healthy...
If I wasn't so healthy, I would not have been able to do that. Literally, we did that like on a flip of a hat. Like we came home one day and my mother-in-law was in town.
We got a bike.
And she bought my daughter a bike, like a really cool bike. And my daughter's like, oh my gosh, you know, she's all excited and she's kind of like worried, like, well, I got to put the training wheels on. And I'm like, you're not going to put the training wheels on. I'm going to teach you how to ride this damn thing in 30 minutes. And so, anyway, that was like, literally, I got home and that's what it was. And we went out and I ended up doing like sprints for a near 30 to 40 minutes. If I were 30 to 40, 50 pounds overweight, if I had high blood pressure, if I was just like sick, there's no way I would have been able to do that.
Not used to exercising in a little bit of heat.
Yeah, and it was hot, and I was sweating.
Yeah, that's because we waited till the sun went down. We went after 8 o'clock.
There's no way I would have been able to do that.
Yep, you were ready to go.
Yeah, I was ready to go.
It wasn't like, oh, let's
And we did that like 2 or 3 days in a row, and I was just like, I was spent. But you know, I did it, and I wasn't sore. I didn't have any achy joints or bones. Like and I haven't ran in like years. So anyway, and we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
So
sabotage.
Look out for these little things. When you hear these things, these are red flags. You eat too healthy. You're going to the gym again. You can afford to take the day off today.
For the ladies, you're gonna hear, you're skinny enough. You look better than the rest of us.
Yeah, you're skinny enough, which means, so here's the thing. Why do they do that?
Well, I think
because here's the thing. Here's why. Especially for women. Crabs in a bucket, man. When you begin to change and you begin to make decisions,
good decisions,
healthy decisions, right? And you begin to make these decisions, people are going to start to attack you. Your friends.
When your life is going right, yeah, this is true of anything. You start going down the straight and narrow. Yeah.
Your friends, your family, even your parents, to this extent, they'll be like, you're not going to spend any time with your kids. You're going to the gym again. That is a secret attack. Even though it's legitimate, like, okay, yeah, technically, logically, yes, I am going to not be spending time with my kids for these 30 minutes.
Kind of touched on that a couple of videos ago, too.
Right. So,
more in depth.
I don't even know what the hell I was going to say. Anyway.
Secret sabotage.
Yeah, secret sabotage. Right? When you hear these things, these are red flags, okay? And when you start to make these changes and you make that decision, people are going to start to attack you. Because they're now afraid, because what's going to happen is...
Self-reflection.
Self-reflection is one, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is the way... I think this is just the way we work, because as people, we naturally gravitate towards, like, success and wanting, like, good things in life and that kind of thing, is you're going to start to hang out with people that have the same interests as you.
Your gym peeps.
So you're going to hang out more with your gym friends. You're going to hang out with more people that have interests of, like, being active outdoors or going shopping because you look pretty dang good.
And we all lost weight this month and dropped
all these
dress
other
size.
All these other friends over here, you're not going to be spending as much time with them anymore. So that's why subconsciously they're going to attack you with these little phrases and these little sayings, because they know, like, man, if Brianna starts to make these decisions, this is what, like, you don't actually, like, you don't sit down.
Some people sit there and think about it.
You don't sit down and think about it, but it's deep down innate in us.
And they may not be doing, like, they may not even realize what they're doing, but it's misery loves company. If you're kicking ass, well, shoot, she stopped going to lunch with us.
Well, it's deep down innately in us, right?
I don't want to stop that.
We don't want to be left out. People don't like things taken away from them.
Do you know what I learned?
Let me finish my thought. People don't like things being taken away from them. So innately, this little thing happens subconsciously, like, okay, Brianna's doing this thing now. She's changing.
Happy hour, buddy.
People don't like change because they're afraid that they're not going to be prepared for the change. That's why people don't like change, because they're not going to be prepared. So Brianna's going to start making these changes, or, you know, Tamara's going to start making these changes. That means Tamara's going to be hanging out with these other people that like active stuff and like being out swimming and like just doing stuff active. And these other people are hermits. They just like to sit in a bar and drink margaritas all day, or they just like to have happy whatever. They're like, man, she's not going to be hanging out with us as much.
Who does she think she is?
We need to crabs in a bucket. I don't know if you know the whole crabs in a bucket thing. Did you know that crabs in a bucket, they actually don't just pull the crab down? Did you know that? They actually pull it down and they break its legs.
What?
Yes.
And break its legs?
And break its legs. So crabs,
like, who does he think he is?
Like crabs don't actually because you're going off the path. Everybody's going this way, and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this instead. So what they do is they pull the crabs back down, obviously, and then they together as a unit they try and they break his legs so he can't crawl and get out again.
That's horrible.
Yeah, exactly. So as people, we do that.
I know you've heard that stuff.
But we do that. But we do that emotionally.
Oh, you're going to college?
People, right?
None of our family's gone to college. You think you're better than us? I know people that have experienced that.
That's how you're going to get attacked, and that's why you're going to get attacked, is because people feel like you're no longer going to
or that you're
need them. You're no longer going to be a part of the crew anymore, because now, as people, like I said, we will surround ourselves with other like-minded people.
So I'm sure you've heard that kind of stuff with, like I just mentioned, like people trying to go to college for the first time, or about certain cultures. So this is true in a lot of ways. So we just want you to recognize this is also true when you are working on your health, when you are trying to be healthy and eat better and exercise and live your life to the fullest. You can't do that if you have heart problems, blood pressure. You can't live your life to the fullest. And so you want to be as strong as possible. And so, yeah, these are things that people say, and I didn't realize that until Hector pointed that out to me years ago. I was like, oh my gosh, like you do hear, you're skinny enough.
Yeah.
You've lost enough weight. Like, oh, you're not going to go out to eat with us, but it's so-and-so's birthday. You know what I do?
Hey, and guys, you hear this? Even though you're people attacking, your wife's going to attack you. You're going to go to jiu-jitsu again? Oh. That's the 4th day this week. You've been going to jiu-jitsu for 4 days a week for the last 19 years.
Yeah, hello, where am I?
You can afford to take a break. That's a secret attack. Now, if you're putting that before all of your other family duties, then there's a problem.
Yeah, you can't neglect your family.
But again, like, this is where it comes to me saying, like, you need your time. You need to make sure that you're taken care of. So that's a secret attack from your wife if you're like, hey, well, you know what? I've taken care of my duties at home. You know, I'm doing dishes. I do my own laundry. I do this. I do that. Like, yes, I'm going to jiu-jitsu. So that's a secret attack, because just like jiu-jitsu, you're going to surround yourself with those like-minded people, right? Other guys, right? Girls, if you do jiu-jitsu, like other women too. So like, that's a secret attack from your spouse. So,
or just exercise in general.
But I'm talking about jiu-jitsu right now, because that's going to happen. And if it hasn't happened, it's going to happen. And it's probably happening right now. So recognize that as a red flag. But at the same time,
okay, red flag.
If you're not taking your priorities and you're like making her do all the laundry and you're making her do all this stuff,
you need to do your share. You live in this house too.
And then like you're not, you know, when's the last time you took her out for dinner? When's the last time you surprised her for dinner? When's the last time you did that kind of stuff? Now, if you don't have those in line, then yeah, maybe you should skip that day of jiu-jitsu and like get that taken care of.
Yes. So we're not saying neglect your family and stuff.
Okay.
But back to sabotage.
Back to sabotage. Because we got 3 minutes.
Remember when we first got married and stuff? Do you remember what you said? You said there was something that you liked about me. It's related to health and exercise.
Remind me.
It was a long time ago.
Shit.
You said what you liked when we were dating was that I didn't give you a hard time about exercise. He was training 6 days a week. Hey. Exercise 6 days a week. Jiu-jitsu was on top of that.
Yeah.
So I never said, oh, you're going to go to the gym again? You're going to go to jiu-jitsu again? You go every day. Like, you said I
even asked you to not tell me that, too. I don't know if you remember that part.
No, but you...
I even asked
when we were dating, you said, I like that you don't tell me not to go.
Okay, yes. And then I also distinctly remember telling you, like, don't ever ask me to not go because this is just a big part of my life. Now, obviously, I'm not going to, like, ignore everything. But then you're like, okay, yeah, like, sure. And then like that was never an issue because I took care of stuff outside of that.
Yeah, he cooks, he cleans. Now, that was before we had kids.
I've always done that.
I know, you've always done that. That's what I'm saying.
I do my own laundry.
Yes. This is why I married him. Ladies, side note.
Okay.
Don't marry a little boy. You want a man that's ready to go.
Okay.
Who's going to add to your life
and so
not make it harder.
You like that? I said that, so what happened? Was that it?
Was
that the end of your
you
thought?
said that you liked that I didn't give you a hard time about your exercise stuff.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be healthy back then, too.
So pretty much closing thoughts.
Support your spouse and your family. Support your friends in their exercise efforts.
And don't listen,
give them a hard time.
Don't listen to any of that BS.
And you don't let anybody knock you down.
The topic of this video is you're going to get these little attacks specifically from your friends and your family. People that actually love you, they're going to be the last ones to support you, not spitefully. They're the last ones to support you, okay?
They may not realize it. I think a lot of people don't even realize what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't, and it's not on purpose, right? Like, here's an example of me. If any of my family's watching, like, don't get upset with what I'm about to say. So, like, I've been running a physical gym for 8 years. None of my family trains at my gym.
Well, I know for one person, scheduling's an issue.
Well, whatever.
But
like, we've got none. But I don't.
At the disposal.
But I know they don't do it on purpose. Maybe they don't even realize it. But they go to other gyms and other stuff, and it doesn't even bother me. Like, I'm not like, gosh, they don't come. They don't come. Like, but like. It is what it is, and that is in every area.
And it's a different priority.
And I know that they love me, and I know that they share all my stuff, and they're some of my like biggest like fans. But like they don't. At the end of the day, like they don't actually come here, right? So like
they're not doing what you're doing.
They're not doing what I'm doing, and that's fine. They're doing their thing.
It's a different way.
You know, and they don't give me crap about. They used to give me crap about that. About like, how come you don't come to the family this or that? And I'm like, well, because y'all are gonna have this to eat there, and I'm not gonna eat that. And so here's a cool thing. Well. Kind of cool thing that happened. We still hang out with them, but over time, they stopped inviting me to things during the weekday.
During the week?
Because during the week, I was like, nope, I can't, not going to do that.
junk food begins on Saturday.
My fat day, I called it my fat day. My fat day is on Saturday. So it took time, but over time, they just kind of stopped inviting me. And then one day, I think it was my sister, she said, hey, we're having this together. We're doing it on Saturday, so that way you can come and eat like all the stuff. And I was like,
love you.
I was like, cool, awesome. But that is the point. You need to stay rock solid in your goals, your mission, whatever that is, and people will adapt to that. You got to be it's the rock and the river story.
And you're still making them priorities.
Yeah, you're still making them priority, but you got to put your goals and your priorities first. It's the rock or the river, right? The river always moves around the rock. Mm-hmm. The rock doesn't move around the river. So are you going to be the river? And are you always going to adjust and move around and like, oh, I got this family in town, so I'm not going to do this. And there's always birthdays. There's always quinceañeras. There's always people going on vacation. There's always. We'll
have to do another video on like what you can do to still participate, because I don't want you to miss out on being with your family because, it's not junk food day.
Be the rock. And
plant
yourself.
Eat healthy stuff before you go.
And others will adapt around you. Okay,
go hang out and drink.
And that's where kettlebells come into play. You can take them anywhere. Like if you're going on a family vacation, you can pack up 1 or 2 bells and you can train for 10, 15 minutes. So we got to wrap it up. Yes. We have our 10 a.m. coming in already. So thank you everybody for watching. Maria, Patrick, there's tons of people watching. Zach, Jacob,
Maria
Tony,
and Lala
Hobson,
from Houston,
Ashley, Moses,
Robbie
Naomi,
Ford,
Rolando,
Tirma, Christina,
thank you everybody for watching.
Veronica, Shai.
If any of this resonated with
Marisa,
you, drop a comment below. If you feel uncomfortable sharing this stuff in public,
Kim,
shoot us a direct message. We'd be happy to chat with you and just, I don't know,
be strong, be healthy, be the rock.
We got to go. Be the rock and don't listen to all the BS.
Still hang out with everybody else and be the example.
Be the rock and don't listen to all that BS that's going on. People telling you that you train too much, that you're too healthy. That's all.
No such thing as too healthy.
It's all a bunch of bullshit. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good week.